Hello, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to be playing with the Houston Texans in Madden 23 Next Gen. So right now we're just looking at the roster. Davis Mills is still the quarterback. Obviously Madden 24 will have CJ Stroud inserted into that role. Running back Dameon Pierce. Wide receiver, it's a little tricky because Brandon Cooks is no longer on the team, so we're going to sub him out to make it as realistic as possible. So yeah, this is going to be quite a challenge playing with the Texans because he's their best player. Brandon Cooks, that is, at least in this. Playing without him is going to be quite a challenge, so we'll see if we're up to it. His tight end, O.J. Howard. Offensive line is really nothing to write home about. Laramie Tunsil's pretty solid, but other than that, the rest of the O-line's pretty mid. And the defense is just whatever. Defense was horrendous for him last year, as the offense was. And, I mean, there's a reason I haven't used this team yet. They suck. So, it's going to be, obviously, as I previously mentioned, a challenge. So, we'll see if we're up to this challenge as we'll load into our first game. And our first game will be against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. So, already not looking favorable for us, as they're a pretty good team and we're a pretty bad team. So we will start off with the ball. We'll see what we do here, as we will take it out of the end zone on this first one, and he will get up to the 22-yard line, so not a terrible return, as it'll be first and 10 at the 22, hand off to Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce is going to take it and get about 7-ish yards, so not a bad first carry. Second and 3, we'll hand off to Pierce again, and he's trying to get to the outside, but he can't really go anywhere, as Micah Hyde able to stop him there. Third and 3, Davis Mills is going to pass to a quick slant. Nico Collins is right there to haul in that catch, as it'll be first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Davis Mills is going to throw to a wide open Dameon Pierce, as the Bills don't really seem to know what they're doing on that play defensively, as he was just wide open. First and 10 at the 43, we shift him out there, and Rex Burkhead's actually going to take this handoff. He's going to get 3 yards on that carry, as now it'll be second and 7 at the 40-yard line. Davis Mills going to throw in the middle of the field. Passes incomplete. O.J. Howard, that's his name, could not haul it in. Third and 7, we find Jordan Akins, and he gets it about a gain of 5 yards, but it will be a 4th and 2, so the Texans have a decision. They're going to go for it. They're going to do a read option to Philip Dorsett the second, and he got it. So the decision to go for it for the Texans a good one, as they still have the ball. And first and 10, Davis Mills is going to throw a deep pass, but he horrendously underthrows this pass. This pass is picked off by Tyler Makovich, as he was nowhere close to the receiver. Receiver burnt him, but Davis Mills just not able to put it in his hands, clearly, as the Bills will have the ball back, as Josh Allen throws to Stephon Diggs on the first play, as they have quite a connection there. First and 10 at the 26-yard line. Allen's going to throw to Devin Singletary, who dives, which is kind of weird. But it does net a net gain of 3 yards. A second and 7, they do a screen pass to James Cook for a gain of 3 yards, as now it'll be third and 4 at the 32. They're going to hand off to Devin Singletary, and Devin Singletary will not get the first down, as now it'll be 4th and 2 at the 34-yard line, and they'll hand off to Singletary again, trying to catch the Texans off guard, and they will not, as the Texans stand strong and force a stop there, as they'll have the ball in phenomenal field position, as Nico Collins on the jet sweep can't really go anywhere, as second and 10 at the 37-yard line. And we'll have to come up with something better than that, as we will throw passes caught by Chris Moore, as that'll be a 3-yard gain. Third and 7 at the 33-yard line. Davis Mills going to roll out. He's going to throw, but it's incomplete, as the tight end Jordan Akins was not able to make that catch. It's 4th and 7. We just take our 3 points here, and that's up and good. Could have potentially had 6 if we would have just taken our field goal earlier. But instead, we got it, but we threw a pick, so we didn't get any points. It's like the weirdest scenario ever, but we're only up 3-0 instead of 6-0. As 2nd and 11, the Bills are trying to run it down our throats, but we're not letting them. As 3rd and 9, they're going to run it again. As Singletary, man, that was not a good play design by the Bills as he gets taken down right away. As 4th and 12 at the 17, Bills are going to go for it. This is extremely aggressive. They're going to do a play action. Josh is going to throw. Pass is caught by Dawson Knox as the Texans inexplicably gave that up because he was wide open. Like, he was the only guy that they had, and we left him that wide open. Speaking of him, he gets the same fucking shit to happen again as he gets another big play. 1st and 10 at the 38, Josh Allen's going to throw passes. Okay, Texans. Derek Stingley got mossed there, and for some reason, the Bills receiver went backwards and gave up the first down. As 2nd and 3, Allen's going to throw, and this is picked off by the Texans. As number 5 on the Texans, unfortunately I do not know his name, gets the pick, and it forces the rage quit. So technically, that's our first win with the Texans, but we don't play games that are 2 quarters long, so we're going to hop into another game, as we're going to play against Deshaun Watson and the Browns. Deshaun Watson was the old quarterback for the Texans until he started doing stuff. I'll leave it at that. 2nd and 10, he hands off to Kareem Hunt. As for a gain of 7, it'll be 3rd and 3 at the 29-yard line. As Deshaun Watson's going to throw, it looks like, and he's going to throw. Passes caught by Amari Cooper, who just burns his 2 mans. Good route by Amari Cooper to get wide open like that. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Deshaun Watson's going to do a play action here, and he's going to throw in the middle of the field, but it's picked off, looking for his speedster, Anthony Schwartz, but instead finding his old teammate, Jonathan Owens, as now Davis Mills is going to hand off to Dameon Pierce, and Dameon Pierce gets the first down, shakes off a tackle, and he gets a big run there, breaking some tackles there for a gain of 37. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line, Davis Mills is going to throw. Pass is caught in the middle of the field by Jordan Akins as he gets down to the 28-yard line. And the Texans are cooking right now. We'll see if they can keep it up. 1st and 10, Davis Mills is going to back up. He's going to throw, but Philip Dorsett just drops it. That was an easy catch and pass, but Philip Dorsett couldn't do his part, hauling in the catch. As now it'll be 2nd and 10. We hand off to Dameon Pierce, who can't quite get the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Hand off to Rex Burkhead, but the Browns are all over that. So 4th and 4, we're just going to take our 3 because I don't think we should go for this. It'd be a little too aggressive. So we'll take our 3 points, kick up and good, as we will be the first to score, and we do get ball at half too, so not a terrible situation for us. Now it's an excellent situation as Pittry gets his 2nd interception of the day. First time in the game, 2nd because he had the one in the other game, and that's going to force another rage quit. So we have 2 wins already with the Texans. Man, all these opponents keep rage quitting. I don't know what's up with them. But obviously, we'll be happy with those as we're getting wins under our belt easier than I would have expected with this team. As the Texans get to start off with the ball, Davis Mills missing that first pass. 2nd and 10, he's going to throw. Misses another throw. Davis Mills, man. What the hell, dude? You missed 2 easy throws in a row. It'll be 3rd and 10 to 21. We got to make some throws here. As he does, finally, Nico Collins hauls in that catch. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. And we will hand off to Dameon Pierce, and Dameon Pierce can't go anywhere as the 49ers are just sitting him down. So it'll be 2nd and 13 at the 36-yard line. Davis Mills back to pass, and he's going to throw. Passes, that was nearly picked off as he was double covered. They were able to disguise the coverage well enough to make me think he was double. He wasn't double covered, but he was. But on 3rd and 13, 49ers do a horrible job of keeping O.J. Howard intact, and he's able to get all the way down to the 1, nearly getting a touchdown there. As it'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, and they will hand off to Dameon Pierce, but he doesn't go anywhere. He loses a yard, actually. 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Davis Mills going to hand off to Nate Hairston. I think that's his name. He gets in for a rushing touchdown, as that's actually the first touchdown of the entire video. We're almost 10 minutes in this video, and it took that long to get a touchdown. But there it is, as we finally do that. As the 49ers have the ball, they throw to George Kittle for a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Jimmy G's actually in the game over Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. As George Kittle is wide open, and he's just making his way into the end zones. They're not catching him at all. And there he goes, as George Kittle is going to get his way into that end zone, as the Texans basically just said fuck it and let him be wide open. So yeah, not great by them. As 1st and 10, Davis Mills does make that throw to a wide open Dameon Pierce to get another first down. As we did good on that first drive, we have to try and keep up with this 49ers squad because they're no stranger to potent offense. Now, unfortunately, the Texans kind of are, so we'll have to try and change that stigma that is around that team. So hopefully we can do that, as we're doing a good job with that so far, as we've gotten a couple first downs. 1st and 10, we're going to throw to Nico Collins, as he's going to get down to the 31-yard line, as it'll be 1st and 10 there, and that will in the first quarter, as we will hand off to Dameon Pierce to start off the second quarter. And he will get up to the 26-yard line to make it 2nd and 5. Davis Mills back to pass, and he's going to throw, but Dameon Pierce was over there, and he threw in the opposite direction. Yeah, that's Davis Mills for you. He'll play okay. Like, he make throw like that. Like, that's a harder throw, and he makes that throw, but he can't make that first throw. That was significantly easier, but that's the Davis Mills roller coaster. I know better than anybody. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. He's going to hand off to Dameon Pierce for a -1-yard gain, as it'll be 2nd and 11. Davis Mills going to find Dameon Pierce, who's wide open on that pass. And that will be the first passing touchdown of the video, as the first touchdown was a rushing. That one was a passing. So good job by the Texans to punch it in again, keeping up with this team. As 1st and 10, they still can't guard George Kittle. As, this is not looking great on the defensive side of the ball, which is a little discouraging considering that our offense is actually doing okay. But our defense, man, if they're letting George Kittle do all this, like, we're not going to win. We got to figure out how to lock him down. But we, so far, have not been able to figure that out. As 2nd and 4, wide open is Deebo Samuel, as we can't stop him either, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And this game's already looking like it's not going to go our way if we keep playing defense like this. All right, we're going to have to keep our offense afloat if we can, as it looks like this game's going to be a shootout because neither team has gotten a stop, I don't think. Yeah, no, every team has scored a touchdown every drive. 2nd and 10, Rex Burkhead able to make that catch to get open, to get up to the 34-yard line. Davis Mills is going to pass on 1st and 10. They find Burkhead again, and he's able to fight his way up to the 45-yard line of the 49ers. And, okay, good job, Texans. We're doing a good job so far, as this is not really a great play. As we try to find Philip Dorsett on the sideline, but throw is a little to the inside, and it was able to get knocked down by the 49ers. 2nd and 10, we are able to find our tight end Jordan Akins to make it 3rd and inches at the 35-yard line. Davis Mills is going to throw, it looks like, and he's going to throw. Passes caught by O.J. Howard, as he's been kind of quiet in this game so far. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line, as Davis Mills is going to roll out to the right, and he's going to miss the throw horrendously, looking for number 15, whoever that is, and he misses the mark by a country mile. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. Davis is going to throw. Passes caught by Dameon Pierce, who was left wide open on an island there, as the 49ers seem to be having their defensive struggles as well. As now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11, 7 seconds left in the half. He's going to throw, but pass is dropped. O.J. Howard had a chance to haul it in for 6, but instead it's an incompletion, so we're going to have to settle for 3. As, man, that's a killer. 7 is way better than 3, and we passed up 7 by dropping that pass. And now we're going to be up 17-14 at halftime. And unfortunately, some of the game got cut out, so right now it's the beginning of the 4th quarter. Both teams have scored a touchdown. We're still up by 3, so it's the same score deficit that it was at the end of the first half. But it's just the game got fast forwarded a little bit because a lot of the game got cut out for some reason. I really don't know why that happened, but I mean, once again, this has happened before, so my apologies for this happening. But yeah, here we are in the fourth quarter with just over 3 minutes left in the game as we have the ball. We're driving down the field again as our offense still looking pretty good as we're up 3, and we're just over 2 minutes left in the game. Davis Mills on 1st and 10. He's going to throw. Pass is caught. No, it's not caught. I don't know why I said it was caught. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line after that drop. As Davis Mills is going to hand off to Dameon Pierce. And Dameon Pierce able to get 5 yards on that carry to make it 3rd and 5 at the 19. And this will most likely take us a 2-minute warning as Davis Mills at 3rd and 5 dropping back to pass. Going to throw, but he misses the mark again as Davis Mills, man. I'm not saying he's having a bad game, but he's definitely not having a great game considering, like, what you need to do as a quarterback because he's just been missing some throws. So we'll have to settle for 3 once again. As that only puts us up by 6, the 49ers can take the lead right now if they get a touchdown and a PAT. We'll have to see if our defense can make up for their miscues in the first half and get a stop here. 1st and 10, Jimmy G's going to throw wide open as Deebo Samuel. As we just could not... It's George Kittle and Deebo Samuel have been just fucking up the Texans defense horrendously. Like, it is just not their day. As Brandon Ayuk on 1st and 10 is going to get the go-ahead touchdown potentially for the 49ers. As the Texans, once again, man, they just cannot cover anyone. As the Brandon Ayuk gets a touchdown, and that kick is up and good, that will put the 49ers up by 1, and they get a good chunk of momentum as well. So we're going to have to put the ball back into Davis Mills in the Texans' hands to see if they can live up to the task of going down to kicking a game-winning field goal or potentially a touchdown. We'll have to see what they do here. 1st and 10, Davis Mills going to roll out to the right, as this is incomplete, as it's not looking too good, as he missed that throw again. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line, Davis Mills is going to throw. Pass is caught by Nico Collins, and he's going to get up to the 46, but there's a flag on Eric Armstead. It's going to be roughing the passer. That's going to put the Texans in field goal range. Wow, that was a huge mistake by the 49ers because if they don't commit that roughing the passer, that doesn't put the Texans in field goal range. Now they're for sure in field goal range. As that roughing the passer, that just killed the 49ers drive as it looks like. As Dameon Pierce is going to take the handoff here for about 3 yards here. 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line. And the timeout is called by I think the Texans with 13 seconds left. Dameon Pierce is going to take the handoff, but he can't really go anywhere there. As now it's 3rd and 12, and I would assume they want to get the field goal unit out there. As the Texans call a timeout with 3 seconds left, it'll be about a 38-yard field goal, and it's going to be an ice kick as the 49ers call a timeout. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Texans are able to win the game 30-28 after nearly collapsing that game because they were up. I know you couldn't see this, but they were up by 10 before the 49ers scored the touchdown to make it a 3-point game. So good job by the Texans to not choke the game away. As Davis Mills, if you look at his stats, it looks like he had a really good game, but there were some throws that he could have made that he didn't make that maybe could have salted this game away a little faster. 366 for 1 touchdown, no picks is not bad, certainly, but it's also not good considering that there were so many throws he could have made to end that game way sooner, but instead, we're the Texans, you guess, so we just have to live and die that way. As George Kittle and Deebo had over 100 yards, O.J. Howard also had over 100 yards, apparently. And that's really it in that department, as Brandon Ayuk had that 1 touchdown. That was absolutely killer. Well, at least it was killer until we managed to kick the game-winning field goal. So, yeah, that's the Texans. I don't know how, but I managed to go 3-0 with one of the worst teams in the NFL. As yeah, I guess that's one way to sort of wrap up Madden 23. This won't be the last video of Madden 23, but what I'm going to do for the rest of Madden 23 is I'm just going to be using teams that I have not used in Madden 23 Next Gen. So that's why I'm using the Texans in this video, because I've yet to use them in Madden 23 Next Gen. And there's a couple of other teams that I haven't used yet. And once I use all those teams, I'm probably just going to wrap up Madden 23, get Madden 24, and then we'll go from there, because Madden 23 has kind of been past its time for a while now, because Madden seems to stop caring about their game when the season's over. But that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace out.